everyone! So this is Teacher Jenny again at nandito naman ako para sa lesson natin ng week 3 ng Mathematics 7. So this is for quarter 3 at ang ating topic is all about transversal and angles form. So kung hindi ka pa nanonood ng tungkol sa different geometric figures and relationship na ating week 2, panoorin nyo sa previous video natin. Okay, so for our most essential learning competencies, we have the learners derives relationships among angles formed by parallel lines cut by a transversal using measurement and by inductive reasoning. Now, for our objectives, we have at the end of this lesson, the student should be able to, first is to define what is transversal, and then second is identifies the angles formed by a transversal, and then measures angle formed by a parallel lines cut by a transversal, and last is to determine the relationship of those angles formed by parallel lines cut by a transversal. So those are the 4 objectives for this video. Now, first, let's define transversal. Ano nga ba yung transversal na sinasabi natin? So, a transversal is a line intersecting two or more coplanar lines at different points. So, ibig sabihin daw, ang transversal daw ay isang linya na nag-i-intersect sa dalawa pa o higit pa na coplanar na linya sa magkaibang points. Okay, so for us to be able to understand this, let's have this illustration. So, given this illustration, so kung matatandaan nyo, diniscuss natin before na ang tungkol sa lines, di ba, intersecting lines. Ngayon naman, let's identify alin ba dito sa figure na to ang transversal. Okay? So, in this figure, we have lines R and S are cut by a transversal T. The definition, sabi natin, a transversal ay isang line na nag-i-intersect sa dalawa or higit pa na coplanar lines. So, therefore, in this illustration, we have lines R and S are the lines that are cut by our transversal T. So, dito ang transversal natin ay si line T. Ito, kung mapapansin nyo. Now, we have different angles formed nung nag-intersect or nagkaroon tayo ng transversal na kinat si R and S. So, ano yung mga angles na yon? So, kung makikita nyo, we have here angle 1, angle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, we have 8 angles formed. Now, I want to ask you kung ano ba yung mapapansin nyo doon sa 2, 3, 5, and 8. So, we have angle 2, angle 3, angle 5, and angle 8. So, dito sa ating figure, ang 2, 3, 5, and 8 ay nasa loob ng ating lines na nakat ng transversal. Correct? So, since nasa loob sila, ang tawag sa kanila ay interior angles. Now, therefore, if we have interior angles na nasa loob, so meaning to say, this angle 1, angle 4, angle 6, and angle 7 ay ang tinatawag natin na exterior angles. Ibig sabihin, those are the angles na nasa labas naman. Okay? Kasi exterior siya. Now, given the same figure kagaya ng kanina, I will give you different pairs. Okay? So, I have here the first pair is angle 1 here and angle 5. 1 and 5. Tingnan nyo mabuti, okay? Yung pagkakapares ko. So, I have angle 1 and angle 5 as our first pair. Next is I have angle 2 and then angle 6. 1, 5, and then 2 and 6. Diba? Parang dapat lang 1, tapos doon 5. 2, tapos doon 6. Okay? And then, if we're gonna look sa ating figure at mapapansin nyo yung ginawa kong pagpapares, I have angle 1 and 5, 2, and 6. Ano pa kaya yung possible pair? Okay, so we have 4 and, okay, angle 8. And then last is, we have the pair of angle 3 and angle 7. Okay, so yung mga pares na yan, meron tayong tawag dyan. And these are what we call the, okay, we have 2 missing letters. Ano kaya yun? Corresponding angles. Meaning to say, we have angle 1 and angle 5 as pair of corresponding angles. Angle 2 and angle 6 as pair of corresponding angles again. 4 and 8, 3 and 7. Okay, so wag nyo kakalimutan yan. Next, Given the same figure pa din, tingnan naman natin. I have here the pair of 2 and 8. I am looking for another pair. Isa na lang. I have 2 and 8. So, ano pa kaya yung isang pares na possible? So, I have 2 and 8. And I have here angle 3 and angle 5. Okay? So, kung mapapansin nyo, yan, ang pair na yan ay nasa loob. Tama? And they are what? They are what we call the alternate interior angles. Alternate kasi kung mapapansin nyo, di ba, parang magka-alternate sila. Okay, so 2 and 8, 3 and 5, and then interior kasi nasa loob sila. Okay, so that's why we call this alternate interior angles. Okay, next. If we have alternate interior angles, meaning to say we have this what we call, let's see muna yung pair. I have angle 1 and angle 7. And then the next pair is I have angle 4 and angle 6. So if we have alternate interior angles, so these are what we call the alternate exterior angles. Given the same pair, I have naman here the pair of angle 2 and angle 5. Ito si angle 2 and angle 5. And the other is I have angle 3 and angle 8. Kung mapapansin nyo, sila ay nasa magkaparehong side. That's why we call this as same side interior angle. 2 and 5 nasa same side sila tapos interior angle sila, tama? 3 and 8 nasa same side sila tapos interior angle din sila. So meaning to say these are what we call the pairs of same side interior angles. Angle 2 and angle 5 pair of same side interior angles. Same with angle 3 and angle 8. Next, the same figure. I have now same side exterior naman. So we're looking for the same side exterior angles this time. So I have here, kanina interior tayo. So titingin tayo sa labas naman, dun sa mga exterior angles natin. At sabi natin kanina, ang ating exterior angles ay ang 1, 4, 6, and 7. Tama? So ang same side, ang nasa same side dito sa apat na to is we have 1 and 6, angle 1 and 6, and then we have angle 4 and angle 7. Okay? Angle 1 and angle 6, angle 4 and angle 7. Okay, yan yung mga kinat ng transversal. Ito. Nasa other side ng ating transversal, yung dalawa ng 4 and 7 nasa magkaparehong side ng ating transversal. Okay, huwag kayong malilito. Next, let's talk about the relationship among these angles formed. Okay, so for us to be able to do this, let's have this illustration. So I have here given the parallel lines, line H and line K. And then I have the transversal line T. So kung mapapansin nyo, yung given natin kanina, let's take a look sa ating given kanina. Yung nakat ng ating transversal T, ito, transversal natin. Yung R and S ba parallel? No, they are not, correct? But this time, let's talk about the relationship of those angles na maform if ever na ang makakat ng ating transversal ay parallel lines. Okay, again, we have here parallel lines H and K. Ano ulit yung parallel lines? Ibig sabihin, even we extend those lines, they will never intersect. Correct? So, yun yung parallel lines natin. So, and then we have a transversal na kato ng transversal na line T. And we have the angles formed. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 also. Okay? So, ang gagawin naman natin is we need to look for the measurement of the angles. Okay? Lahat ng angles na yan. Okay? So, let's use our protractor for this activity. Okay, let's now measure the angles here using our protractor. Let's have first angle 1. Okay, so tinuruan ko na naman kayo dati kung paano gumamit ng protractor, di ba, sa mga previous videos ko. So, we have here, lagay natin to dito sa gitna. Okay? So, siguraduhin na ang isang kamay ng angle ay nasa 0. Okay? So, I have here angle number 1. Ito, kung makikita nyo, angle number 1. Na natin. Ito si angle number 1. Tama? Ito yung isang kamay ni angle 1. Ito yung isa. Yan yung ating angle 1. Ngayon, ang isang kamay niya ay nandito na sa 0. At si 0 ay itong black. Tama? So, titingnan natin yung measurement niya papunta doon sa block at nag-stop siya dito sa 50. So, therefore, ang ating angle 1 ay 50 degrees. So, isulat natin dito ang ating angle 1 ay 50 degrees. Next, let's have angle number 4. So, yung katabi niya, tingnan natin. Ang ating angle number 4 ay dahil ito yung angle number 4, ito yung isang kamay niya. Ayan, ang ating angle number 4. Ito yung isa, yung shinare niya sa number 1. So, dito nag-start, or ito yung zero niya, yung isang kamay niya ay nasa zero doon sa blue. So, meaning to say, titingnan natin kung ano ba yung measurement niya doon sa blue. So, tingnan natin, ito yung blue at nag-stop siya doon sa tapat ni 130. So, therefore, ang ating angle 4 ay 130 degrees. Let's have the next one. So, I have here, so burahin muna natin. Doon naman tayo sa angle 5 and angle 8. Okay, tapat ulit natin. So, tingnan natin. Anong measurement ng ating angle 5? Sige nga. Okay, eto ang ating angle 5. Eto yung isang kamay niya sa 0, tapos eto yung isa niya sa 50. Okay, so meaning to say, ang ating angle 5 ay 50 degrees. Next, yung katabi niya, we have angle 8. Si angle 8, yung isa niyang kamay ay nandito sa 0, sa color blue naman tayo. Ito yung angle 8, di ba? Ito si angle 8, ayan. So, we have, starting here from 0 ng color blue, papunta dun sa nag-stop siya. So, 130 degrees ang ating angle 8. Next. Ang next naman natin ay, okay, so para ma-measure naman natin yung mga angles doon, yung 2, 3, and 6, 7 naman tayo. Ikot naman natin muna tong ating, ayan, yung transversal natin para ma-measure natin. Okay? So, we have here our angle 2 muna. Angle 2. So, let's have our angle 2. Ang ating angle 2 ay ito. So, yung isang kamay niya, eto sa 0, ayan yung angle 2 natin ha, nakabaliktad lang siya. And then, eto yung isa niyang kamay. Okay? So, sa blue ulit tayo titingin. So, starting from 0, papunta doon sa blue na nag-stop. So, si angle 2 ay 130 degrees. Next, yung katabi naman niya ay si angle number 3. Si angle number 3 naman, ito yung isa niyang kamay. At ito yung isa, ka-share niya si number 2 doon. So, meaning to say, dito tayo titingin sa kabilang part. Dito yung isa nating 0. Dito yung isang kamay ng ating number 3 sa 0, papunta doon sa block, and that is 50 degrees. So, meaning to say, ang ating angle 3 ay 50 degrees. Next, so we're done with 2 and 3. Yung 6 and 7 na lang yung ating i-measure. So, move natin siya dun sa 6 and 7. Okay? So, kung makikita natin ang ating angle number 6, ito yung ating angle 6, siya ay 130 degrees din. Tama? At yung ating 7 ay 50 degrees din. Ito si 7. So, 0 from there, 50. So, si angle 6 ay 130 degrees. At si angle 7 ay 50 degrees. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, yung 1, 3, 5, and 7 ay pare-pareho ng measurement. Tama? And angles 2, 4, 6, and 8, pare-pareho din siya ng angle. So, balik tayo dun sa ating activity dito. Na na-measure na natin ang ating mga angles, nakita natin na si angle 1 ay 50 degrees, si angle 2 ay 130 degrees, si angle 3 ay 50 degrees, at si angle 4 ay 130 degrees, 5, 50, 6, 130, 7, 50, 8 ay 130. Diba? Yan yung mga measurements na nakuha natin kanina. Now, tingnan natin kung ano ba yung magiging relationship, okay, ng ating different angles. So we have here the corresponding angles. Let's name the corresponding angles again. Ano-ano ba yung ating mga corresponding angles? So we have angle 1 and angle 5. Ito yan, 1 and 5, di ba? Ano pa yung pinag-pair natin kanina for corresponding angles? So we have 2 and 6. And then we have 4 and 8. And we have the next is 3 and 7. So tingnan natin, by means of measurement, ano ang relationship nitong dalawa. So we have angle number 1 measures 50 degrees, eto. At ang ating angle number 5 ay measure 50 degrees din. So ibig sabihin, they are the same or meron silang parehong measurement. So ano bang tawag natin sa geometry if merong same na measurement? So we discussed this sa previous nating lesson. Okay, so we can say na angle 1 is congruent to angle 5. Tama? Kasi they have equal measurement. How about 2 and 6? We have angle 2 is 130 degrees. Angle 6 is 130 degrees also. So, ibig sabihin, angle 2 and angle 6 are congruent. Next, 4 is 130 and yung 8 is 130 then. Meaning to say, 4 and 8 are congruent angles. Angle number 3 is 50, angle number 7 is 50. So they are congruent also. So therefore, masasabi natin na yung mga pairs ng corresponding angles natin ay pare-pareho ng measurement. Therefore, we can conclude now that corresponding angles are congruent. Okay? Next. Let's name naman yung ating mga alternate interior angles. So, ano ba yung sabi natin kanina alternate interior angles natin? By the word alternate, tapos interior angles. So, interior angles, ito mga nasa loob. Tama? 2, 3, 5, 8. So, alin ba yung alternate interior angles dyan? So, we have 2 and 8 and 3 and 5. Tama? So, let's see yung measurement ng angles na to. I have for angle 2, it's 130 degrees. And then for angle 8, that's 130 degree also. So, meaning to say, angle 2 is congruent to angle 8. Next is angle 3 is 50 degrees. And then yung ating angle 5 is 50 degrees. Therefore, 3 and 5 are congruent angles. Therefore, we can conclude na ang alternate interior angles pala ay congruent. Okay? Next, how about the alternate exterior angle? This time naman yung alternate tapos sa labas, exterior angle. So we have the exterior angles 1, 4, 6, and 7. So alin dyan yung pair ng alternate exterior? I have angle 1 and angle 7 and angle 4 and angle 6. Tingnan natin kung ano ba yung relationship nila. So I have angle 1, 50 degrees and angle 7 ay 50 degrees din. So they are congruent. Angle 4 ay 130, angle 6 ay 130. So they are congruent. Yung pares ay congruent. Now we therefore conclude also na ang alternate exterior angles are congruent. Okay? Next, how about the same side interior angle? So ito yung ating transversal, wag tayo malilito, yung angle T. Ano ba yung interior angles natin? So I have 2, 3, 5, 8. But we're looking for the same side. So since ito yung ating transversal, alin ba sa 2, 3, 5, 8 ang nasa same side ng ating transversal? Ito yung ating transversal, same side ay 2 and 5. Tama? Pareho siyang nasa kaliwa ng ating transversal. And then 3 and 8, doon naman sa kanan ng ating transversal. Nasa same side sila and they are interior angles. That's why they are called same side interior angles. Let's see their measurement naman. Si angle 2 ay 130 degrees. At si angle 5 ay 50 degrees. Now, ano kayang relationship ng dalawang to? Are they congruent? No. But, let's see. If we add 130 to 50, that is equal to 180 degrees. Tama? At kapag ang dalawang angle, pinag-add natin at ang sum is 180 degree, we call that as supplementary angles. Okay? Let's see muna yung angle 3 and angle 8. Si angle 3 ay 50 degrees. At ang ating angle 8 ay 130 degrees. So if we add 50 and 130, again, we will get 180 degrees. So therefore, supplementary din yung dalawa. Therefore, we can conclude na same side interior angles are supplementary. Okay? Next. Let's have the same side naman. The last is same side exterior angle. So ano daw masasabi natin sa mga same side exterior angles? Again, we have here the transversal. Ano ba yung nasa same side na exterior angle? So we have 1 and 6 and 4 and 7. Let's take a look sa measurement nila. Si angle 1 ay 50 degrees. Si angle 6 ay 130 degrees. So if we add these two, that is supplementary angle also. So we have 50 plus 130 is 180 degrees. Next is number 4, we have 130 degrees. At yung ating angle 7 ay 50 degrees. So therefore, they are also supplementary angles. So we can conclude now that same side exterior angles are supplementary. Okay, let's have a recall for this again. We can conclude now that corresponding angles are congruent. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Alternate exterior angles are congruent. Same side interior angles are supplementary. And our same side exterior angles are supplementary din. Okay? And remember again na ang case lang ng mga to nung na-conclude natin is kapag ang ating line ay parallel lines. Okay? Kapag ang nakat ng transversal line natin na line T or any line ay parallel lines. Okay? Parallel yung H and K, nakat ng transversal na T. So we can conclude yung mga relationship natin kanina ng mga angles, if they are congruent or supplementary. Okay? Pero kapag ka hindi parallel yung ating nakat ng ating transversal, so therefore, hindi magiging ganun yung ating conclusion. Okay? So tatandaan niyo yan. That is only possible if ever na the transversal cut the parallel lines. Okay? So let's try this learning task number 1 kung talagang natuto tayo. So let's find the other two pairs of corresponding angles. So given na ni teacher yung angle A and angle E. So wag kayong malilito, tumabingi lang yung ating transversal. Okay. Tingnan natin ang ating corresponding angles. So I have A and E, B and F. Ano pa? We have D and H. The other one is C and G. Okay? Find two pairs of alternate interior angle. Interior angle naman. So we have interior natin ay yung nasa loob, BECH. Okay, so we have now the alternate interior angles. We have B and H. Yan yung alternate. And then the other one is C and E. Next, find the two pairs of alternate exterior naman angles. So we have the exterior A, D, F, G. Alin dyan ang alternate? We have A and G, D and F. Angle A and angle G, angle D and angle F. Next is, let's find two pairs of same side interior angles. Same side interior angles. Okay, so we have the interior angles BECH. Alin daw dyan yung same side? So, tingnan natin muna alin yung transversal natin. Itong T. Huwag malilito kasi patayo naman to this time. Okay, so alin nyo dyan yung nasa same side na ating transversal. So we have angle B and E, ayun sila sa taas, and then the other one is C and H. Nasa same side sila and then they are interior angles. Okay, let's find naman the two pairs of same side but this time exterior angles. So we have the transversal T there, we have the exterior A, F, D, G, alin dyan yung same side. So we have A and F and B and G. Okay? Angle A and angle F, angle D and angle G. Those are the same side exterior angles. Now, let's have this learning task number 2 naman. Given that lines V and W are parallel lines. Okay? Parallel daw si V at si W. Now, we have the transversal line T. Ito si transversal. Siya yung nag-cut dun sa dalawang parallel. So, let's complete the given statement. And the statement here are number 1, angle A and angle M are called blank angles and they are congruent or supplementary. We need to choose between the two. So let's see muna si angle A and si angle M. Ano ba yung relationship ng dalawang yan? They are corresponding angles. At sabi natin kanina, corresponding angles are congruent. Okay? Ulit, reminder, kapag parallel ang nakat ng ating transversal. Okay? Diyan nangyayari yung mga case na na-conclude natin kanina when it comes sa relationship ng ating mga angles. Next is number 2. Angle E and angle K. Ayan, angle E and angle K. Anong relationship nila? Ito yung ating transversal, interior sila, tapos alternate. Okay, so this is what we call the alternate interior angles. Now, alternate interior angles are congruent or supplementary? They are congruent. Okay? Number 3, angle U and angle S. Okay, kung mapapansin natin, they are exterior angle, di ba? And they are alternate. So, therefore, they are alternate exterior angles. And they are congruent then. Because alternate exterior angles are congruent if the transversal cut parallel lines. Number 4, angle I and angle K. Angle I and angle K. They are interior angles na sa loob and they are on the same side of our transversal. Therefore, this is same side interior angles and they are supplementary. Diba? Pag same side interior angles, they are supplementary. Last, angle M and angle P. Angle M and angle P. Okay? What's the relationship of these two angles? Ano ba? Diba we have intersecting line. Ito ay diniscuss natin last time. Wala siya dun sa 5 na binigay natin kanina. But these are pair of vertical angles. Diba? May dalawang line na nag-intersect. So, yung magkatapat na angle, they are what we call the vertical angles. And last time, we conclude that vertical angles are congruent. Okay? So let's have this last task for our assimilation. Given the two parallel lines na nakat ng transversal, let's complete the statements below. If two angles are corresponding angles, then they are congruent. If two angles are alternate interior angles, then they are congruent. If two angles are alternate exterior angles, then they are congruent then. And if two angles are same side interior angles, then they are supplementary, which measures 180 degrees yung kanilang sum. Okay? And if two angles are same side exterior angles, then they are supplementary then. Okay? So, those are the things na i-discuss lang natin for this day. Okay? The transversal and the angles form. So, I hope you learned something for this day. So, thank you very much. That's all, and I thank you.